Hello colleagues, in this video we will talk about the comparison between Canada and Turkey in agribusiness sector and also looking through the consumption, economic and also production, specifying the differences and also noting out the similarities between each country.
Now, we will start comparing both countries. In the consumption side, let's talk a little about staple food. What's the staple food in Turkey?
In Turkey, they prefer vegetables as the staple food as it is full of protein.
It is the same with Canada, as they also prefer it for the same reason.
Good to know. Now let's talk about Canada's favorite food. What do they like?
The food they favor the most is called Nanaimo bars. What about Turkey?
In Turkey, they like to eat a food called Iskandar.
Great. Now let's compare about where do people in Turkey prefer to get their food from.
They mostly prefer food that is homemade, with a percentage of 85, and the store-bought with a percentage of 15%.
In Canada, they also like it more homemade with slightly lower percentage than Turkey by 20%, which makes it 65% homemade and 35% store-bought.
Now let's talk about the food expenditure. What is it or how much it is consumed by weekly basis?
Canada's food expenditure is $253. So what about you? What's the weekly food expenditure?
In Turkey, the food expenditure is $24.
Okay, how much do they spend on food and what is the total household expenditure?
They spend around 24% on food, and the total household is 6,000.
In Canada, we spend around 9% and the total household is $23,000.
So, how much is Canada's food amount spent per person?
It is $2,000. And Turkey's?
It is 1,470.
And that summarizes the part of consumption comparison.
In this part, we will discuss about economic data of 2015 compared by both countries.
Let's talk about general data about both countries in the economic section. Tell me about the population of Turkey.
The population of Turkey is approximately 78 million. How about Canada?
Canada has a lower population than Turkey with an approximately 36 million.
Can you tell me what is the GDP of 2015 of Canada?
It is approximately 1.6 trillion. And what about Turkey?
Turkey's GDP is approximately 860 million.
Great. Now let me ask you about the income level of Turkey. What is it and what the GNI per capita is?
The income level is upper middle and the GNI per capita is $12,000. What about Canada?
In Canada, the income level is high level and the GNI per capita is $47,250.
How about now that we discuss the life expectancy between each countries and also talking about the percentage of the arable land starting with Canada.
Canada's life expectancy at birth is 82 and the percentage of arable land is 4.7%. How much is it for Turkey?
Life expectancy at birth is 78 in Turkey and the percentage of arable land is 27% and also in Turkey.
That's all for the economic section.
Now, we will talk about the production section of the project.
What are the top 3 agriculture commodities produced 2013 in Turkey?
The top ones are wheat, milk whole from a fresh cow, and sugar bean. What are Canada's top commodities?
Canada's top commodities are wheat, rapeseed, and maize. What is the top agriculture commodities quantity and values for Turkey?
The top one is wheat, and its value is approximately 3 billion, and its quantity is 22,000, and the price per ton is $146. What is the top one for Canada?
It is the same as Turkey, but the value is approximately 5 million and the quantity is 37 million and the price per ton is $138. What about Turkey's export and import?
Turkey's highest export is potatoes, and highest import is wheat. The price per ton of wheat is 318. However, the price of potatoes is 400. What about Canada?
Canada's highest export is wheat and highest import is wine. The price per ton of wine is $5,434. However, the price of wheat is $331. That's all for the production section. As we reach the end of the video, thank you guys so much for paying attention and I hope this video was useful for you. Goodbye.